learners. Welcome to IGNO e-learning platform for MCA, BCA, PDCA students. Myself Rohit Kumar Verma. I am selected as IGNO Academy Counselor for MCA, BCA and PDCA programs. Today I am here to start a video series for PDCA students which cover the subject computer organization and assembly language programming. So before I am starting a presentation, first of all, I want to introduce myself. My name is Rohit Kumar Verma. Currently I am doing my PhD from HPU Shimla. I have done my MTech in computer science from HPTU Hamirpur, my BTech in computer science for HPU Shimla. Rather than this, I have 6.5 year regular teaching experience and also I have 2 year distance teaching experience. I am qualifying NTA NET and also HP set, and this time I am selected as Academic Counselor for Study Center Jai Hind Navjyoti Shiksha Samiti Talyana, which come under Regional Center Shimla. Now we are moving to our next slide where we have the content of our particular subject which we are covering today. So the content is what is a computer, what is computer organization, what is the block diagram of computer, and what is the von Neumann architecture. So now we are starting our presentation. Now we are moving to next slide where what is an computer. So a computer is an electronic machine which work on IPO cycle. Now question arises, what is an IPO cycle? In IPO cycle, I stand for input, P stand for processing and O stand for output. So we can say that a computer is an electronic machine which work on by taking raw input data and processing that data, and after processing it will give us information which is the usable form of data. Now moving to our next slide where we have computer organization. So what is a computer organization? A computer organization is a way where we can identify the relationship between all the units of a system. How each individual unit perform a particular task, everything is identified by the computer organization. Now in our next slide we have the block diagram of a computer. So in our block diagram we have divided our computer in basically 3 units. In our first unit we have our input, in our second unit we have our storage, and in our third unit we have our output. So in this block diagram, if we want to enter the data into a computer, so the data is in the form of raw material, just as I mentioned in the block diagram. So when the data is entered with the help of input unit, it will be processed, and for that processing we have a part that is central processing, or we can say that is CPU. In CPU we have two parts, number one that is control unit and number two that is ALU. The control unit is the overall controller of our activity, how our input device is working, how our output device is working. So everything is controlled by the control unit. Another one that is arithmetic logical unit. The arithmetic logical unit is basically used to perform arithmetical and logical operation. For example, suppose we want to add two numbers, so their addition will be performed under arithmetical unit. Rather than this, we have another unit, that is storage unit. So what is storage unit? The storage unit is used for the storage of data. Here we have two types of unit. Number one is primary storage unit and second one is secondary storage unit. If we have temporary data, which means that if we have volatile data, so the storage is that is primary storage, or if we have permanent data or we want to store our data permanently, then we have secondary storage. So main thing is that the storage unit is used to store our data. Next we have our third unit, that is output unit. The output unit is used to display the information to the user who are using that particular system. So this is the basic block diagram of a computer. Here in this block diagram we have two types of lines. One line is in the form of straight line and second one is in the form of dotted. So here the straight line represent the straight dark line represent the data flow in the system, and the dotted line represent the control flow in the system, how the particular control signal will move in particular each unit. Now we are moving to our next slide where we have von Neumann architecture. So in von Neumann architecture, first of all we have the concept of stored program. Now question arises, what is the stored program? So basically we can categorize our computer system in two parts. Number one is fixed point computer and second one is stored program computer, or we can say that fixed program computer or stored program computer. Now question arises, what is fixed computer and what is stored program computer? So sometime when we are designing our computer for a particular task that will perform a simple individual task, for example a calculator. If we are designing a calculator, then the calculator is only used for performing calculation, so that is a fixed point computer. Secondly we have another concept, that is stored program. In stored program our computer system is designed to perform multiple tasks at a time. So our von Neumann architecture is based on stored program concept, where we have a one processor, one memory, and we have a fetch decode execute cycle. Now question arises, what is fetch decode execute cycle? Basically the fetch cycle is used to retrieve the data from memory. When we are retrieving the data we have to perform processing on it, then after completing its processing the data must be required to execute. So everything will come under fetch decode cycle. In case of stored program concept, the program and data are stored in a separate storage unit which is called memory. Basically, we can say that there are three basic units of von Neumann architecture. The first unit is central processing, second unit is main memory, and our third unit is input output device. So this is the basic architectures of von Neumann, where we have three units. Number one is memory, number two is control unit, number three is arithmetic logic unit, which is connected to input and output devices. So in memory unit we have performed storage of our data. In control unit we have control signal which control overall activity of our computer system, and in third unit we have arithmetical and logical operations which are used to perform some particular operation in our system. So for today lecture these are our few topics that we have covered. So in our next lecture we are covering some other topics just like as instruction format or number system. So thank you for today lecture.